Hi everyone, this is Andres from Raptor Corp. We are here in the 3KR training facility, and today we are going to bring a review regarding the red dots from Sightmark. Today we have two options that we are going to make a kind of deep dive. First one will be the R-Spec model, and then we will go through the M-Spec model, okay? We will go through the different features of each one of them, and also to the difference between one model and the other, okay? First, we are going to start with the R-Spec. In this case, we have it in black, but both models, R-Spec and M-Spec, will be available in two different options. One is black, and the other will be a kind of dark earth, something like that. So you will be able to choose both colors in order to, let's say, combine it with your rifle color, rifle configuration, etc. As I said, we are going to review first the R-Spec, okay? This will be, let's say, the first baseline quality, and then we will go to the M-Spec that is a little bit higher, okay? R-Spec, some things that we need to know regarding this model. First one is that it's made of the 6061 T6 aluminum aircraft grade, so it's very resistant, okay? We will have in the, let's say, top part and in one of the sides, in the left side, two screws that will enable us to adjust the wing depth and the elevation from our dot, okay? These or both models are, let's say, powered with internal battery. That is the CR123 battery, so you can remove it, put another one, put returnable battery. You have multiple options for that. But one option, internal option that is very interesting is that if, for example, you are shooting to something and you forgot that the red dot is on, after 1 hour not being used, the dot or the red dot will shut off. So you won't be, let's say, reducing the level of the battery of your red dot. It's kind of warning thing, preventive measure. So it's very interesting that point. Also, this model regarding the resistance is IP55. It's waterproof, water resistance, shock proof. So it's a very resistant model. In the lower part, you will have the Picatinny mount, okay, with a quick detachment option. Just pulling from this lever, you will be able to attach or detach in a quick way from your Picatinny rail of your rifle. It's not kind of using the screws or something like that. It's just to press the lever, take it out, press it again, and you will have it again in your the top of your rifle, or you put it in 45 degrees, whatever configuration you are using. Regarding also extra point of the resistance, these are tested for or to be used with a recoil up to 50 BMG. So let's say the resistance of these models are pretty high in the, let's say, market standards. Okay, let's say resist that kind of caliber. The shock, the recoil of that one is pretty good. So will be viable for any kind of calibers that are lower to this big one, the 50 cal. Okay. Going a little bit in the inside, kind of the brightness, different options that they have, configurations. The Ultra Shot R-Spec has 10 levels of brightness. You can adjust these levels with this button. You have the power on off to turn on off the red dot, and then you have this other, it's kind of a sun, the symbol is a sun, so you can adjust the different 10 different brightness levels. Also, if you want, you will be able to change the color of the reticle pressing this turn on off button from red to green. So that's also an interesting option, but it's not the best option that we have here. There is another feature that we consider very interesting. In the lower part, you have a lever from left to right, okay, with 4 different reticle options, okay. So in this model, you won't have to just keep the dot or some kind of cross or some kind of circle. You will be able to adjust or to choose these different reticles depending on the kind of shooting or the moment. So we will see later in a kind of zoom, but from left to right, you will have a dot with a circle and some crosses in the top. You will have the dot. Next, you will have full cross, and the last one will be a dot in the middle with a circle surrounding the internal dot. So you will have these 4 different verticals to choose. That will be kind of very interesting thing about this model. Okay. And the last part we'll say is around the price. More or less it's around 150 euros. So it's a very cheap model if we compare this with other market ones. And in kind of the features, from our opinion, is very high standards. Then you have his, let's say, big brother. In this case, we are talking about the Ultra Shot M-Spec model. As I said, you will have it in black or in dark earth, okay? And there is a lot of feature that is similar or the same with his younger brother from the R-Spec, but then you will have some specific difference. Let's go through the, let's say, similar points. We have, as we said, the 2 options for the colors that will be the same. The material is the same, 6061 T6 aluminum aircraft grade. You will have the same screws for windage and elevation adjustment, one in the top, one in the left side, okay? The kind of battery will be the same in the left side, CR123 battery, with the same option of after 1 hour not using the red dot will turn off, so you are not wasting this kind of battery or it's not being reduced the level of battery. In the lower part, it will be the same Picatinny rail with, let's say, the pressure option with this lever, so you will have this kind of very fast quick detach option. That's something that you will have in both models. Recoil is the same, is up to the 50 BMG caliber, so will be viable for any kind of caliber that is below that one. So at the end you will have the option to attach this model or both models to any kind of rifle that you will find in the market. You will keep the 10 brightness levels. In this case, instead of having just 2 buttons, you will have it 4 buttons. Top one turn on off, left and right to go up and down with the 10 brightness levels, and the last one in the bottom part will be the night vision, but we will talk about this later. As I said, turn on off, 1 hour after not using automatically will turn off, 10 brightness levels. Here you won't have this kind of 4 types of reticle, it's just only one with a dot, with a circle surrounding it, and with a little, let's say, crosses in the top down and left right side, okay? Also, another difference, as I said, is this model R-Spec is just will be red and green reticles. in the M-Spec is just red reticle, okay? And the other point, as I mentioned, is with the lower button, you will be able to turn on the night vision option. So if you have kind of monocular here, you will be able to, let's say, avoid using the IR option or the laser or whatever, and to use some kind of magnification, monocular night vision, something like that. So in that configuration, you will be able to still use the red dot inside because it has this kind of night vision option. And another feature that the R-Spec doesn't have it is pressing these two levers that are in left and right side. You will be able to release this kind of cover that will allow us to reduce the impact of the sun in sunny days. Okay, so will be kind of extra options to avoid, let's say, having the sun impacting the brightness of the red dot or impacting the inside of this of the glass. So it's a kind of fast thing. It's just to press and to release this sun cover. Okay. Last point from this model, from the M-Spec, is the price. As we said here, the younger brother is 150. This one is a little bit higher. It's around 360, 367 euros, more or less. Okay, so it's a little bit higher. But at the end, both models are very, very interesting. Let's say M-Spec is more focused in a military grade. Okay. But let's say for sport shooting or for hunting or something like that, the option of changing these different reticles is a very, very interesting thing, and it's very, very rare in the market to find other options from other brands that have this kind of configuration where you can choose in its moment which kind of reticle do you want to use. I think that is one of the best options, of the best advantages that we have here with the R-Spec. Okay. For the M-Spec Ultra Shot model, we will have this reticle. As we said, we will have three different MOA adjustments. First, the dot in the middle will be 2 MOA dot. The first line of the circle will be 60 MOA, and the top part of the reticle will be 65 MOA. For the R-Spec Ultra Shot model, as we said, we have different reticles, so we will have different options for the MOA configuration. First, with the dot, the top right side will be 5 MOA dot. Left side with this cross will be in the center, in the dot, 3 MOA, and in the top will be 50 MOA. Bottom part, the left side, will be 3 MOA in the dot, 30 MOA in the circle, and in the top part will be up to 50 MOA. And the last reticle, the big circle, will be 3 MOA on the dot and 50 MOA in all the circle. As we said, these 4 reticle options will be available in red or in green color. Okay, we are going to check how it works, these both Sightmark red dots, the R-Spec and the M-Spec, the Ultra Shot models. Okay, how we attach these specific models to different configurations, to different rifles. And the other option, for example, with the R-Spec, we will use the same lever system. In this case, with an AK, we will put it and one move. Okay. And as I said, black, dark elf, you could choose the different colors. And if you want to take it out, just to push, and you will have it out. It's very, very easy to put, very, very fast to change the configuration. And as we said, this model has 4 different reticle options with some lever in the lower side. You have this dot and circle option. If you move it, you will have dot, full cross, and again another option of dot and circle. And we can see it in the dot here, one option, how we are moving from one to the other, selecting the 4 different options. And as we said here, we have the different options, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and with the bottom we can change from red to green, and with different levels of brightness. So this will be all. Thanks for watching us, and see you in the next video. Here, as I said, Andres from Raptor Corp, here in the 3KR training facility.